Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame. And as you can see, the weekend fun has started to go sideways. We are looking at a little bit of resistance at the 200 EMA, which was to be expected at 21,000. As long as we are closing daily candles under 21,000, we should be looking for a little bit of sideways and support, sideways and down to find some support. And as long as we don't break under 20,500, there shouldn't be any warnings further downside. And ideally, we don't want to close under 20,800. Going sideways here around 20,800 gives us the possibility of actually closing 4 hours here, and then when markets open in about 3 hours, the next 4 hour candle can show some continuation up, and we'll look at that as I go to the lower time frame. Right now, I just wanted you to see at 21K we have a little bit of resistance. We have let little bit of support under us at 20,500. If we lose that level at 20,500, I'd be looking for some support over here around 20,000 even. After 20,000, it's going to be over here at 19.3 because our level has changed from 19.1 to like around there because the new weekly rise. So you can see us go all the way from 21,000 all the way to 19,300, and still we'd be looking at okay for sideways and up on a weekly time frame. On a daily time frame, you're looking for not losing 20,500. Losing 20,500 gives us the possibility of getting a deeper rate retrace into the rest of the week, which is possible since we're starting to see a little bit of sell side pressure from oversold conditions, leading us to go to reversion to the mean, aka support around like 19,000 ish. And as the days close, as we stay here sideways, these levels will all come up higher and higher and higher, giving us better support. So the goal is stay sideways. Okay, here's the 4 hour chart on Bitcoin for you to see that, hey, if we start closing a 4 hour candle under 20,800, you have the possibility of testing into 20,300, but more than likely, since we're coming off oversold conditions, you will probably test 1900 and then find some support in this area and ride it on up. Don't forget that 19.3 to 19.5 is where CME was at before we opened this nice rally into the weekend. So testing into that area will fill that CME gap at open, and then you can look for continuation up, down, left, right, whichever way. More than likely, look like we're gonna go to support, find sideways, and then up. Due to quickly, I'll just show you this weekly because I already gave you guys those levels. Due to the fact that on the weekly we are closing and opening above the 21 EMA. So at worst scenario, I'm looking for 19.3 to 19.5 to get tested, but I want to close at this level for the week, and then next week I want to open above this level for us to look for continuation up to 25,000. The goal is now 25,000 in the next couple weeks, from 22,500, or sorry, 22,800 to 25,000 ish. It'll come when it comes. But we need to close this week at least at 20,800 or above, and then that'll give us for sure a leg up. But if we close even down at around 19.5 ish, I will accept that for a test into the breakout. And then we can basically open next week up and continue back up to the target, which will be around 25 because these will come down next week. And in the sense that we're building an inverse head and shoulder. That's why I'm looking for support, not to go too much deeper. If we get to 18,000, I'm not going to be completely heartbroken, but it is a little bit rougher for us to get back up because coming from 21,000 going to around 18,000 for support means that 19,500 is going to be resistance to get back above. We'll consolidate on the lower half as opposed to consolidate on the upper half. And you can use this as a channel. This is the top of your channel, 21,500. The bottom of your channel is, you can it as low as you want, but I would do like around 17,500, 20,500. This $3,000 is your range. 19,500 is your midline to act accordingly. If you lose 17,500, you know our levels to the downside, which is like 15.8. And then the level from the top side after 20,000, 21,500 is 22,800. And then after that, you got your larger move, 25,000. After this, you got your larger moves as well. So, like I think we were looking for like 14,000 ish. So that is Bitcoin for you. All right. And that's why we're going off 4 hour time frame because everything is healthy. But the lower time frames are asking for a little bit of a retrace on support, coming off overbought conditions. And in a trending market, RSI can stay overbought very long, just like how RSI was oversold for very long before the rally started. So don't just take the RSI as like, albeit you got to watch volume. Some of you footprint traders will start using XO to see like, hey, are we having any trap longs over here? You got to look for your naked POCs. You have to look left as to like where are we coming at the structure. That's how I got that $22,800 level after this 20,500. So keep all that in mind for moving forward. Now let's go take a quick peek at, and I'm gonna start on a daily, and then I'll show you why I do what I do. So here's the daily time frame on ETH. We are opening and closing above the 200 EMA, considering it as support, which is awesome. We can look for sideways here onto support, sideways down, and then we could look for the next leg up. As long as ETH does not lose 1500, we are looking solid for sideways up. If we don't lose 1550, even better, but as long as we don't lose 1500, great. If we can hold above 1580 and start closing 4 hours above it, more than likely we're going to go to 1700 and then 1800. Keep in mind, ETH is moving in $100 increments. Bitcoin is moving in $1,000 increments right now. Later, they will be larger numbers if we start breaking out, like actually break up structure. We're close, we're real close. But if the weekly actually does go to like oversold conditions like the 4 hour daily did, then we will be seeing us go like 20, like 2-3,000 on Bitcoin and like 2-300 on ETH. We're gonna see larger impulses basically. But the point I was getting at is, as long as we don't lose 15,000, great. If we lose 15,000, we need to hold 1450. Losing 1450, the last hope is 1350. After that, you're looking for like lower supports like 1250, golden pocket 1200, 1215, and then 1180, and then 1080, and then under. So those are all the levels under us, all that levels of support. So that's why you can't just be like, we're dumping to zero, we're dumping to zero. It's not the right now path of these resistance is up. The resistance in this area are the EMAs. The path to downside is layered and layered with support. You have all these supports now that we have to break through, and all these freaking greedy fools who accumulated, you have to have them shit their pants and sell and panic for them to even let us go lower. If all these guys and were long, and then the YouTubers started getting into longs, and then all the YouTube followers got into longs, and everyone is accumulating, there's no supply. A little bit of volume from a market maker. You see this little bit of volume over here? Little bit of volume can cause large moves up. After we broke past this resistance at this 100 EMA, all the bots and all the FOMO retail and everyone, all the breakout traders, all went in on this. Usually you can get punished by doing this by a fast retrace after the breakout. But this time it worked. That's great. We're finding support. That's great. I mean, after so long accumulating on the bottom on larger time frames, this is logical. It comes up fast, consolidates, come back down. So I'm not, this is the first tap of the 200. I'm not like, oh yeah, this is it. We're going to the star moons. I'm gonna take my wife. I'm gonna sell her. I'm gonna sell my husband. I'm gonna sell my kids. I'm gonna sell my house. I'm going all in on 100 and what is it, 200x now. I'm going 200x. So stuff like that, you know, just get out of your mentality to trade. It's better you just trade price. Right now, we were in a range. Now that range is upward consolidation, upward uh, impulse wave, and this on a daily time frame is like just the beginning into resistance. Once we find our support and confirm it by coming testing it and then actually breaking above this high, you will see us start doing some parabolic stuff. So uh, it'll be fun times, guys. Fun times ahead. So yeah, there's daily. I gave you that weekly. Same thing. We're at the 200 EMA resistance, so now you have much more confidence to be a little bit more hesitant to go bunko over here. You have to be okay and ready for us to test into 1450 to 1400 for support. That needs to hold for us to continue sideways and up for next week. If we lose 1400, 1450 and the weekly close, I would hope 1300 acts as support. Losing 1300, then you guys get just confirmed that, hey, this death cross was right. This was the first touch of the death cross from all the people who shorted and didn't take profits. And here will be the next lower high in this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high scenario. And we can come back down, try to find support sideways and down, and then they'll just break down the bottom. So this whole move up was just to gather FOMO, steam, and people over leverage long, just to take the faster trip down, the fuel for those cascading liquidations. So I'm not convinced until next week. This week I'm watching how we play out. Next week will give us a little bit more information. Notice how as I told you guys, 4 hour candles, 4 hour candles, and now last couple of weeks I was like, you gotta wait for the daily close. You gotta wait for the daily close. Now I'm telling you, chill the fuck out. You gotta wait for the weekly close. The weekly close. The weekly close. You know your levels. Okay? Be patient and wait for the weekly close. If you're impatient, go to the daily. You have a little bit more of a quicker answer. And then if you completely need answers, you can go to the 4 hour, which we'll go to in a second. Let me go quickly back to the weekly and explain. We gave you the bottom levels to the top side. If we close weekly above 1600, 1580, 1600, I'm looking for the next level of 1800 coming quickly. Okay, first, yeah, you can do your 1700 pit stop, but I'm looking for 1800 to like, 1900. That'll be the next level of resistance. And more than likely, this is gonna be like, warm butter, and you're gonna cut right on through and then like really hurt some people by going like above 2000 to take out these last all these lower highs. When we do lag up and it's a break of structure and we start opening and closing, the whole world, there's no denying it for like people who know how to trade. They're gonna all try to flip long. They won't flip long here. They'll probably wait for it to come back here, find support, and then they're gonna ride it back up. And that's just how it works. And that's if you get this opportunity back down. Give you another example. When you start these weekly rallies, right? Does it just go up 1 week? You know what I mean? When you start this weekly rally, like say we truly bottomed out. Say we truly bottomed out here. See this kind of euphoria? This was all nastiness, right? And now we're starting to actually bottomed out here, and now we broke structure. Technically, a lot of people think we broke structure, and they're like, yo, this was below. Here, we're breaking out. Okay. Just level by level. I'm not going to say what I want to say. I'm going to save that for the members. So if you're interested in trading with us live during these turbulent times and you are not doing good and you want a little bit of extra oomph, feel free to join our Discord server. We're trading there live on a regular basis. We go over charts, TA on a regular basis, trading plans on risk management on a regular basis. Feel free to join us. The link to the Discord server is in the description of the video below. Just go hit more info on the video on YouTube and you'll see all the little affiliate links of the places that I use and trust so far. All right. So back to ETH, the weekly, I gave you the top side, I gave you downside. Now let me give you the 4 hour quick view of what's looking like today, since we are looking like we're gonna do exactly what Bitcoin is doing. So now if we start closing the 4 hour candle under 1540 and you open the next 4 hour candle, if it's not gonna actually go right to the top, and you start seeing weakness, more than likely your RSI is confirming we want to go test into support, which is 1500. If we go into 1500 and we see a little bit more weakness and we close the next 4 hour candle underneath it, well, you should be looking for the next target at 1450 to 1400. This is the level we're looking for in the weekly and daily time frame for showing support. Well, on the 4 hour, if it doesn't show you support, then who gives a shit what it does on the weekly and the you know that you're finding out your answer on the 4 hour. You need to show support here. If you find a 4 hour can't break down under here and you see some sideways on like 15 minute, you should be considering a long scalp here with the stop loss underneath for higher. Okay, because the trend is up. It's as simple as that. If you want to do some retail stuff, you could do little channels and little spanning wedges and blah 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 blah. This is as simple as my TA is. We're looking for this long in this area. We are watching this consolidation, and we are looking for the area where we're going to short up top. We're looking for our support down. That's basically all I can say. And I'm going to show this to you on Bitcoin too, because in these turbulent times, a little bit of help will go a long way. That's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to show you guys what I do, and then you can take it any way you want, or just laugh at me and just call me stupid. I really don't care. Uh, some people are actually absorbing this material and making good money out of it. So when you take it seriously, maybe you will too. Keep in mind, we gave this level for the short. I don't know for how long. Jason, my favorite member, one of our youngest members, did take this short. I don't know what he did with it, but I know he did take it from this level over here. Now we're consolidating in this channel. More than likely, the channel is going to go look for some lower support test because we're coming off overbought conditions. In 21 minutes, if we close under here, we should go look for this leg down into this like $20,000 area. And then if we can find support here, we can just look for us to come right back up into New York Open. Because New York Open, I'm assuming that we're going to have a continuation up because whoever missed the rally is just going to be, like they're just going to be butthurt and trying to FOMO in. So let's see how many people are going to get on in on these retracements. And if this starts happening, we'll basically be just legging up. You'll be flagging and leg up, flagging, leg up. Elliott wave traders to the table. They'll be probably making the most because they know how to do Elliott wave counts. So it's always good for when we're in trend. Um, when you're in range, it's just better to do like tips and channels. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. Last thing we can take a peek at is Dixie. And I know our videos are getting a little bit longer. It's because there's so much more important stuff that you need to pay attention to. So here's Dixie, guys. It opened up pretty strong. We're at 102.30. We should see, how this day closes, but all the builders are starting to do why I knew we were so confident or upside on those other assets. I'm telling you, this is the kind of confidence I have on this asset right now. This is gonna probably go up hard and fast, and it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard, and it's gonna uh, put a lot of sell pressure on the markets, guys. So just be ready. This week, let's see. I mean, the second we start closing daily above 102.50, I'm gonna be like, yo, let's go to 103, let's go to 104, let's go to 106. I mean, how high does this want to go? At least I'm expecting 104, and then we can look for 106 next week. But we can get to 104 this week. I'll be looking for continuation next week into the 21 and higher, and I will say that this inverse head and shoulder once more is going to play out the way I want it to. Um, if we come into the 104 area and find rejection, that's why I have this white path. So it's like there's possible path to the downside, there's possible path to the upside. Right now, I think we are going to probably go up before down just because I don't know why we would sell off the dollar. Um, interest Everything is going the way it's supposed to. The only thing I can see right now that can occur is a news event such as Ukraine, Russia, China, COVID, um, and then just monetary policy right now. Aside from those things, I don't see why we would just why the world would lose interest in this asset for long term, because they all are going to have to print. There is no stopping the printing, in my opinion. So this can only go up. This is just a pullback, a bullish pullback on support, in my opinion. And this is like kind of like what Dow and all them do. Like, only time will tell. That's basically all I'm going to say, guys. Aside from that, I hope you guys have a great day. Be safe trading today. Today is all about watching for where our supports are after the weekly breakout from last week. If we find our retracement too deep, then we can say, hey, longs are trapped and we better be looking for deeper retrace as to the levels I gave you in the video. If there are any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. I already told you about the Discord server, so if you're interested in joining, please keep the link below. If you would, please do me a solid. Leave a like, a subscribe, and press the bell button for notifications. I'm really shooting for full monetization by April on my birthday. So I got my fingers crossed, guys. Let's see if we can get it done. Aside from that, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Be safe. Stay frosty.